All right, let's try this one more time. I'm just gonna wait a moment and see if I have any connection here. Hi, Maddie. Okay, well, there it is. I have connection. My name is Michelle Mangus, and I'm going to go ahead and get back to, hi Maddie, doing yoga classes for you live. I will also post them to my story. I'm not going to designate a time because that didn't work out so well for me before. But I will post them, I'm sorry, not to my story, to my feed so that you can watch them later on if we can make sure that this stays up and going. And I will also put them up on my YouTube page. So please make sure you like and subscribe and let me know what you want to see. Today's class, I thought we would talk a little bit about adrenal fatigue, which I feel like now more than ever is prevalent within us. And, you know, a lot of us have already experienced adrenal fatigue and we don't even know it. It's when you have, you know, maybe little dark circles underneath your eyes, you can't sleep well, but you're extremely tired. That's all caused from stress. Your adrenal glands are located on top of your kidneys, and when you're stressed or anxious, those glands produce a lot of hormones, and those hormones can work against us a lot of times. So a lot of times when we're working out strenuously and we release too much adrenaline or too much cortisol, we end up being counterproductive in our workouts. So today's class is going to be a yin-based yoga. We're going to be holding these positions for longer periods of time. It's going to be very slow flow, so get your jammies on. Today's a perfect day for it. It's an overcast, fall, chilly day. And it's another reason some of us get the adrenal fatigue when the sun goes away. You know, we get that little anxious depression, closed-in feeling. So I'm gonna just mention quickly, this is one of my favorite stones. This is a black tourmaline. And what is nice about this stone is that it really helps with stress. It protects you from evil spirits, it protects you from negative energy, and it just calms the nervous system down. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about this stone, but you could pick any stone that you resonate with today, and just go ahead, and if you don't have a stone, it's okay. You could just sit here and you don't have to put anything into your hands. But what I want you to do is I want you to come into an easy seated position. And I want you to give your eyes a little closed or half masked. And I want you just to go ahead and still your space by slowing the breath and really focusing on pulling that energy down through you and then expelling it out. So if you do have your stone, just go ahead and place it between your hands, okay? And we're just gonna go ahead and start by placing the hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold that breath at the height of the inhale for just a couple seconds, and then begin to release all the breath all the way out. Let's try that again. Three more times, just like that. want you to go ahead and just take your hands and just bring them up towards your third eye. Still keep the hands clasped over your stone. And bring that stone to your third eye. And I want you to continue taking 5 more breaths just like that at your own pace, holding at the top of the inhale. I want you to really feel yourself resonating with the stone. Perhaps you begin to feel a tingling sensation in your fingertips and your toes. Breathe in deeper, hold that breath longer, and exhale stronger. Five more times at heart center. Flutter your eyes open and just place your stone down. You could place it in front of you or maybe on an altar. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to scoot back a tiny little bit here. And let's go ahead and just curl our legs back around. And the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to come into a child's pose. So just go ahead and sit all the way back. Remember, these poses we're going to hold for a longer period of time. So get comfortable. If you need props, I have some pillows right here next to me that I'm going to use as my props, my cushions. And I can even take it right down here like this. And you can bring your knees together or slightly apart or even all the way wide. This is your child's pose. I'm going to keep mine slightly apart here. And I'm going to take my head down to the ground. And just extend my arms nice and long. That same breath that you took earlier, just continue to take long, deep breaths in through the nose. You don't have to hold anymore. I just want you to push all the energy out through the mouth. Get rid of my pillow here. Just come right down to the ground. Rock a little bit side to side if it feels good. Remember, the goal is to get your sit bones down to your heels, but if that does not happen, you can always use a little block or a little towel or something in between your buttocks and the heels to give your knees a little relief. But I really just want you to let everything go. I want
let your body hang heavy. Don't worry about the time or how many breaths you've taken. I want you to give your spine some length. I want you to connect with your subconscious by placing your head onto the ground or onto your block or your bolster. I want you to surrender. Surrender to all your fears. Next thing we're going to do, you're going to go ahead and grab onto your feet or heels here. And you're just going to place your head onto the ground. So you're going to tuck your chin a little bit closer into your chest. And then come up onto your head for rabbit pose. And we're not going to hold this one as long. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and place your hands down and just slowly begin to push yourself up and back. Very good. Then we can go ahead and just come into hero pose. Now, once again, if you have any issues with sitting back onto your knees like this, you can just prop a little pillow or a towel or anything, and that helps tremendously. So just take your hands down to the knees and sit up nice and tall. And right here, we're just going to take a few breaths. The breath is the most important part here. Not so much concerned with the asanas as we are the breath, moving the energy, really feeling yourself surrendering to any feelings of fear or judgment, letting go things that we cannot control and that no longer serve us. Creating space for creativity, love, self-awareness. Go ahead and just lower your head, flutter your eyes open. And let's go ahead and just take our legs and bring them forward. See my entire shape. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead and lift up nice and long. Okay, so take the toes and point them back towards you. I want you to push your knees into the ground and continue to lift up. Create that space. Come on, give me one more inch in your fingertips. Rise. And now exhale, begin to fold forward.
Now, wherever you may land is fine, okay? Now, this is a good time to take your pillow, your bolster, whatever you might have, and you can actually stack it up if you want to, and just bring yourself down to a position where you can rest your head, or perhaps just bring your forehead down to, you know, pillows or bolsters. I'm just kind of brought mine over just to show you. But most of the time, we always say, make sure you straighten out your spine before you come folding down. In this instance, there's a little giveaway here because we don't really want you to put forth tons of effort. We want you to use your gravity to get you there. So take your time. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And let it all out. So even though I was grabbing onto my feet, I wasn't really putting force into pulling myself down with my arms. They're pretty much loosely hanging. Just a very heavy arm. And if you don't want to hold on to anything, you can just kind of just let them rest right onto the ground. And slowly begin to push your way up and back. So the Zen style yoga is very much like a massage on the body. When you get done, you should truly feel like someone gave you the best massage of your life. Go ahead and just begin to bend the legs in a little bit. Take your time. That was a super long, super yummy hamstring stretch, okay? You also got it in the back. Okay. Now we're gonna come into some seriousness, right? So what I want you to do now is I want you to go ahead and stack your legs one on top of the other if you can. If you can't, it's okay. So the other position is literally just crossing at your shins like this, which is what we call an easy seated position. Or what we can do is you can take your right leg and just go ahead and stack it on top of this knee right here, right? And then this foot is right underneath this knee right here. So depending on how much flexibility you have in your hips, and you know, if your knee's sitting up here, what you can do is, again, use a pillow, use a block, and just place one here. You can even place one underneath here, because you want to be fairly comfortable, okay? We're just using gravity. Okay, now we are going to take your right elbow, right? And we're gonna hook the arm in the arch of the foot, right? And then we're gonna take this hand, we're gonna create a fist. And you're gonna exhale all the air out. Okay. And you're gonna place your hand right here, right on top of that fist. And you're going to twist, okay? Take your time and just breathe into this. Hold this position for a while. So we're going to take a few breaths. You really need to be feeling that in your right hip. Now, something that a lot of people are not familiar with is if you breathe properly, right? If you continue to breathe the whole time you're practicing, you begin to feel this euphoric high, and that's what they call the yogic high. So what's nice about it is you're really low to the ground. You are right there. So you're not gonna fall down. It's gonna be amazing. And that's what it feels like when the right amount of oxygen is circulating through your body. Okay, and that's how we should be feeling on a regular basis. And that doesn't happen like that because we don't take in enough air, we don't circulate enough oxygen and nutrients through our bloodstream. So as you're in this twisted position, I really want you to focus on your breath. If you have a pretty view to look at, notice the magnitude of the view. You want to close your eyes. Picture your intention or something you find yourself grateful for. Something greater than yourself. Right, Sophie? Slowly take your time and push yourself up and away. And take your time as you do this. I want you to go ahead and take your feet. Sophie, are you joining me for this class? Go ahead and just take your feet out like this. And this is what we call the windshield wipers. Sorry, Soph. And so you're just going to take your legs and you're going to go from side to side and side to side. Nice and slow. I don't know why I'm sliding down, but I just so happen to be. Alright, so let's come up. We're going to switch sides, right? So you're going to take your left leg and you're going to bring it over. And then you're going to, so make sure that this knee is stacked on this foot and the feet need to be flexed to protect your knees, okay? You can also prop pillows up in these positions. Remember, this is a yin style yoga, so it's very slow. It is for adrenal fatigue. I want you just to settle into this. There's always a better side than the other, right? This is my trick side right here. Just got some new technique on some exercises I'm going to try. I'm really excited. So I want you to go ahead and exhale all the breath out. Take your elbow and just begin to place it into the arch of the foot. And then make a fist. And now take this top hand and adjust yourself. So you're twisting your torso, but you're in a pretty relaxed position. I mean, you're feeling it, right? Like you were feeling the hips and you're feeling the twist, right? I just want you to settle in, find your breath. There's a lot of other things that we could do for adrenal fatigue, but it is very important that we address it. If left unaddressed, we find ourselves with a lot of anxiety, maybe even depression, a lot of fat in the belly area. We start getting that like round belly and puffy skin, darkness underneath the eyes. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that happen. And then it turns into a vicious cycle. The one thing that we need to stay away from is carbs and sugar, and that'll be the thing that you're going to crave. You're going to crave those comfort foods. But stay away from them, otherwise it's just a vicious cycle. There are a lot of spices and herbs that can help with this as well, and essential oils, of course. We are actually getting ready to launch our website, which will have essential oils that actually creams is what they are, that are created with essential oils that help with adrenal fatigue and a bunch of different remedies. So look forward to that, and we'll start posting in our links soon. Keep breathing. So, in yoga, they say the pose begins when you want to leave the pose. So, a lot of times we want to leave the pose about 3 times before we can actually get out of a yin pose. And that's why you're going to feel it tomorrow. You'll also be able to get your breath and your energy into your fascia and your connective tissue, the tendons, the ligaments, the forgotten is what I call them. And slowly begin to push yourself up and away. And untwist the body. Okay, just go ahead and bring your legs forward this time. And you can just kind of give the feet a little stretch. So forward, backward, backward. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach up high. And come on down. Release. All right, let's come back into our cross-legged position, or if you would like, you could even come into cobbler pose. This is a really nice hip opener. And I want you just to go ahead and roll back those shoulders. So you go roll, backwards, roll, backwards, 2, 4, 5. Nice and deep.
I want you to start linking the breath. Let's go for 10 more. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it back into an easy seated position as we begin to roll the shoulders forward. Really kind of lift up and around as much as you can. You cannot be overly dramatic with this. Should be feeling a little heat in those shoulders. Rotating a little synovial fluid in those joints, right? And whenever you're ready, go ahead and just drop the shoulders all the way down. And you can go ahead and sway side to side. Maybe leaning forward a little bit, just so you can enjoy that stretch in the lower back. And of course, if you want to come back to your cobbler's pose, or perhaps you just stay in cobbler's pose the entire time, that's fine too. Just create your own movement. And slowly begin to push yourself up and back. That one is almost too good to stop, right? All right, let's go ahead and come back now onto the ground. Okay, and so, hello.
Are you available?
Do I have to be?
No. Mike Gazelke. I don't know if you remember him.
Hi.
Hey there.
How are you?
It's Sophie. She's an old biddy.
Give me just 10 minutes and I'll finish up, okay? This is how my yin practice looks like. Did you hear me ignoring my children?
Oh,
There was one that was calling me, the second one that was calling me. I got 3 more. So let's go ahead and just take our legs. Oh, we're gonna lay all the way back, right? We're gonna get a full body twist here. So we're gonna lay all the way back and we're gonna cross at the legs, okay? But what you want to do is you're gonna lift your hips to the right, okay? So lift your hips to the right, cross your leg, and if you can, tuck those toes in. Not a big deal if you can't. Drop the knees down to the ground and just open up the arms. Try to keep the shoulders connected. Now if you'd like to place a little pillow right here, go ahead. Yeah, my house is it's like a 3-ring circus most of the time. So now with COVID and homeschooling and there's been a little adrenal fatigue, that's for sure. But think every day of how grateful we are. And that's what keeps us going, right? slowly bring your knees up to the ceiling. And let's go ahead and bring the spine to neutral position. You can go ahead and extend the legs all the way out and just give yourself a little space right here. You can bring your arms above the head. Point your toes, stretch your arms long, maybe flex your feet back. Just give yourself some space. Okay. Now let's go ahead and bring the knees up to the ceiling. And lift the hips, cross the other leg, and drop the knees over. Open the arms. No, no. Love you. Slowly bring your knees up towards the ceiling. And just readjust yourself. Now, here you can take a falling water or just legs up the wall if you have a wall. So I'm gonna just go ahead and use my piano right here. So, and I was also going to say for falling water, you can actually just go ahead and take a little bit of a block or something underneath the hips and then just bring the legs up high. And just allow yourself to rest back. You know, I said I was going to use my piano, but I think this just feels so good. So go ahead and just stack a few pillows or grab a bolster. You just want the weight of your legs to come, like you want gravity just to be able to stack them up and hold them up for you. Now, you can also, if your legs are up against the wall, you can come into straddle and open up your legs if you wish. bring your feet back down to the ground. Remove the pillows, the bolster, and just come on down to the ground. All the way in Shavasana. And as you lay back, you can actually grab your black tourmaline. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what to do, but you can grab your black tourmaline and you can rest it onto your heart center or even your third eye as you come into this meditation. I clearly will not be able to come to this meditation because I am being sought after. Oh, look at what that bug just did to my black sweater. But let me know what you thought of this class. DM me, message me, follow my YouTube channel, please. And if you don't like it, tell your friends. They might like it. I don't know, give it a go. Or torture them. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. We're going to keep talking about adrenal fatigue because I think it is very important amongst everything that is going on right now in the world. But for the next few minutes, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to disconnect from your physical boundaries. And I want you to become limitless as you connect with the divine of your understanding. You're in a sacred space. Enjoy. And namaste until we meet again.